This is the Sound Minds Podcast. You don't want to miss these gems. And we are live, Sound Minds.
But yeah, and then like once I hit like my early 20s, like it kind of just faded. You know, I was like, man, martial arts is my thing. You know, that's where I thrived. You know what I mean? And so then as like I became kind of like a little more curious about wrestling. Then of course, you know, with the intro of, you know, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, I think this was like early 90s, 93. That kind of like re-sparked my interest, you know? And well, not my interest, but
that's like back when it was bloody.
Yeah, I remember that was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
They shut it back. They shut it down back then.
Yeah. It was frowned upon. You know, I was just more mesmerized by, you know, what's up with the dude wearing the pajamas? How is he beating everybody's butt? You know what I mean? Like I was like mesmerized by that. You know what Hoist Gracie was doing. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that's, you know, me being like, to me it's like I felt like he was like I was a mirror image of him. I was a lanky kid, you know. You know, I was kind of like, I guess, very, very unassuming, you know, and just kind of awkward, and you know, that little puberty phase, you know, through high school, whatever. And I was like, man, what this guy's doing is great, you know. And once I found out that he had a cousin, Renzo Gracie, who was based out of New York, I was like, I gotta find where this is at, you know. And I just kind of kept hunting until I finally found my way at Renzo Gracie Academy in New York. I remember my first.
I just want to highlight that for our listeners. I just want to highlight that. Pause. Sometimes I want to take a breath at certain moments. He found out this person. He found out there was a person connected to this person, and he said, "I am going to find my way to this person."
Yes, I'm going to find him.
And you know how many infinite thoughts are in the brain. And people who he could have talked to said, what? I can't pronounce that person's name. What? That person ain't in New York. What? There's way more thoughts, like predominantly more thoughts of why he should not have done that, and it was impossible. But he said one thought, I'm going to find him. Oh, so one of his relatives in New York, I'm going to find him. Even better. And that's it. He made a decision. Sound Minds.
You said this was 90s, right?
This is back in the Yellow Pages days, man.
Yellow Pages days. See, you know, no social media.
And rip out the sheet and call like the 17 numbers that were under there until you found the right one. You know,
they don't know the struggle.
No, man, they don't know.
I barely know that struggle. I'm
this is before Metro cards, man. This is when you had tokens. You know what I mean? Before Metro card. Anyway, you know, I finally found my way to Renzo Gracie, New York City, and that's why I kind of made my connection with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I was just instantly fascinated with it, you know, and what you can do with your body using, you know, leverage, technique, timing, understanding weight distribution, and, you know, and how you can use gravity, physics, you know, and so on and so forth. And from there, it's just like, you know, yes, man, I reconnected with my martial arts itch, you know, and yeah, so and this has been ongoing from there.
This is the Sound Minds Podcast. You don't want to miss these gems. You don't want to miss these gems. You don't want to miss these gems, no.